Hello everyone and welcome back to the Turtle Club discussion video. And today we have the list of banned cards and limited cards for Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters. And we were going to do a little fun discussion video where we talk about whether or not these cards could come off the ban list, or if any cards in like the limited list should stay banned, or if the cards should just stay banned forever because they're just too good. There's obviously some cards in here that are too powerful and should stay banned, but we're just going to talk about each and every one. There's about 50 or so cards to go through, so I am your host, Dylan, and today I am here with Bobby.
Hey guys.
Carl.
Good evening.
Sam.
What's going on?
And Angel.
Hi.
And yeah, we're just going to go through a bit of a, might also be a little bit of a history lesson or like a nostalgic look back on why these cards were banned, or some memories of these cards too, as we can talk about that. So yeah, we'll just start with the most recent and go to the oldest, since that's the order they have on the website. So we'll start with the most recent bans. So we'll go with the Android 21 In the Name of Peace Z card. So this card was obviously abused, or was the centerpiece of Have You Awakened in that Android 21 deck. What do we think? If this should stay banned or not? What do you guys think?
Didn't you abuse it in your hand loop deck that you topped the regionals with as well?
Yeah, both 21 decks. It was vital parts in there.
Well, considering that 21 is still around still and it's been making waves, bringing it back would not be good.
Just ban the leader. Bring the card back.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I don't know. I hate both.
I can't do that because then the other deck would be good.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep it gone.
Could ban both leaders.
No.
Yeah, that deck is still around, obviously, so having this...
Definitely less good in the hand loop one because you can't use it for energy, but, you know, still.
Yeah, it enables too much for the deck, lets you get too far ahead. So it's definitely probably good for this. If you stay banned for now, maybe one day the leader will get banned, and maybe this could get banned, but it's probably not going to happen. So we'll just move on to Bergamo. Ferocious Roar. This is how you tap your opponents out by tapping 2 to rest 2 of their energy. So any deck that can freely rest cards can trigger Bergamo and rest your opponents all their energy and just kill them that way. Do you guys think there's any hope of this card coming back ever?
No.
Nope. No way.
No. I mean, it was around for the longest time, and pretty much like 20 cards because of U7 got banned because of that deck. Which hopefully they hit the 6-drop personally and just be done with that deck. But
ban that whole leader. That's shit.
Yeah, but like I said, Bergamo been around for a while at 1, and then all of a sudden, U7 with the few good cards that it has in that deck, and goodbye.
Yeah, it's too good. What it does is too good. Even at 1
on a while ago,
random blowout from this card.
Yeah, for sure. So we can move on to the one of the more controversial cards that ever got banned, which was recently, obviously. So Swift Retaliation Cooler, the Cooler counter. How most yellow decks used to win. It wasn't limited to 1 like people maybe thought it was going to. It actually got banned. So do we ever think this card might come back? What do you guys think?
It could maybe later in the future when power creep kind of kicks in a little bit more, but you know, pay 3 might become a little too hefty for something like that. But no, not in the near future. Not in the near future, I don't think. But eventually, pay 3 for a counter is probably going to be not as good, maybe. But I don't know. Card's really good, maybe not.
There was a time where that was true.
Honestly.
Remember?
There was a time.
So it could be back to that at some point in the future where you don't even run Cooler because it's like, when am I ever going to pay 3? But it can stay gone. I mean, I just, as long as they can build, not even taking Cooler into account now. So maybe yellow decks can get a little bit of a power boost to close out games, because it's like, unless you have an archetype boss monster, you're kind of shit out of luck to close out a game. But yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. It staying banned, like you're saying, allows them to make powerful yellow decks don't rely on it. That's a really good point, yeah.
So I'll let it. I'll say it can stay banned.
Alright, we can move on then to the Golden Frieza leader. So this is obviously the set 1, very old leader. Always been just really good on tapping energy offensively. The yellow deck is pretty strong. There's a lot of good yellow Freeze's Army cards to abuse it with. People are using the Higher Dragon Unison to play cards in the drop to get free value off of it. It was topping a lot of regionals, so and events. So it was definitely a force to be reckoned with for a long time, and they finally thought to ban it. So do you guys agree with it still being banned, or do you think it might come back?
Bring it back. It's fine.
Yeah, bring it back.
I think from the beginning, when this leader started being relevant again in modern times, the card that should have been banned is the Higher Dragon Unison, because nobody's playing that other than to be abused by this leader. So, if you take away the +0 for an untap 2 and a draw, I mean, that's just, let's see what the leader does without that, and then if it's too much,
so many pieces, though. It's so many things that you gotta, even with the High Dragon allowed, like, that's so many things you gotta keep alive nowadays. It's just not, it's just not gonna happen, even with, like, everything at full power. I don't think
it wasn't dominating either. I mean, you would just run into a Golden Frieza and just have to know how to win the matchup. I mean, it wasn't dominating events, so seems like now Bergamo and Cooler banned.
Yeah, even untapping 2 into what now? Like just another generic yellow card. It's not like you're untapping the 2 into Cooler. So it is fine. It's just for little babies like Dylan who don't like the leader because he a pussy.
Yeah, maybe it's
top list. Go ahead, Dylan.
Maybe you think maybe it's because they're just sick of making the other yellow Frieza's Army decks bad because they're gonna inherently buff this leader as well.
No, because I mean the Golden Frieza swap deck, only one card in there worked for the deck. The rest of the stuff was pretty archetype locked. And all the stuff for the Frieza life flip. I mean, maybe if in the future they want to open themselves up to make like generic yellow Frieza support, but they haven't done that yet, so it's been a little bit. We'll see. I mean, I can understand that if that's their logic, but I never thought it was even a problem.
What were you gonna say, Bobby?
No, I was just gonna say a top list and Ring Gohan 21, a bunch of decks in last year's formats, and it still got hit just because it had been around and because they were printing a brand new yellow leader that they really wanted you to play. But
I mean, I think they just always stepped away with like untap leaders like that. Personally,
just make it activate main and choose either draw or untap.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Man, that's awful.
Oh, it would be so
is that
bad
what they did to the Goku leader or whatever?
That would be the fucking worst.
It's the same exact hit they gave to the Green Gohan deck, right? You just will you draw one less on uneasy? This is the same.
But the Green Gohan deck has ways to kill you. Frieza would just be like, play cantrip, draw, pass, because I have to hold energy open to defend myself against the onslaught. I don't know. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring him back. We love our boy.
I don't, but we'll see if it ever comes back. We'll see.
2 energy, perfect for Perunga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. That could be. We'll see if it ever comes back.
Dude, come on.
Speaking of Green Gohan, we got the Android 16 Final Wish Z card to help Z awaken the Gohan. I'm pretty sure I already know what the answers are gonna be, but yeah.
Bring it back.
No way.
Yeah, let's do it. Who cares?
Who cares?
The Mulligan killed that deck. Give it another piece of consistency. That's why the Mulligan died, because the Z deck was supposed to be too consistent.
That Z-Leader is out of control, though. That's crazy to just be able to turn into that whenever you want.
Yeah.
The regular leader's good too.
Not like that, though.
And the fact there's no way to play around that 16 either. He loses as a permanent where he just can't be affected by anything.
Yeah, that's crazy. At least let's like a way to play around it somehow. You know what
It's
I mean?
just happening no matter what. That is the only card like it, really. It's no matter what you do, it is happening.
Yeah, they wanted to awaken.
Sure did.
I like it.
Make it a pay 3.
Pay 3.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess they could bring it back if they did that. Sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
I guess. Pay more energy for your Z leader than it's supposed to be, I guess.
1 Z energy less.
Ooh, discount.
Wow.
Fuck that card.
Alright, we'll move on then. Hit the Revoker. So people were abusing this in the Gogeta.
Were they?
I don't even think it got a chance to be played.
They were thinking about it.
Yeah,
they're starting with the
a
idea.
couple people were thinking of using it and sometimes getting people with it. It's not the really. I think this one's not really a example of a card that was like oppressive in the meta. It's just an unfun card to play against. I mean, counterplay, rest 2 of your opponent's energy. That's just no one wants to play with that. I mean, do you guys agree this should stay banned?
Yeah,
I mean, Bandai's always
say so.
Yeah, Bandai's always like chop them out with cards like that rest your opponent's energy like that.
That can't be the criteria, though, Dylan. Cards that are unfun to play against. Because currently, I'm losing to a 6-drop and U7.
Yeah.
That just swings an infinite amount of times for some reason. So that's unfun.
But the difference with that, it's an SR and like a fan favorite deck. But this is just a rare in some draft box, so they can easily just ban this. So
Nobody cares about it.
I mean, I don't
nobody
know.
cares about this card. So
When that I wasn't around for the Gogeta stuff really in the beginning, were people playing it? I mean, because this does seem unfair in the Gogeta.
They were about to. They were about to start.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah,
Stay banned.
It's
banned.
yeah, I don't really think any yellow deck before was like keeping 3 up for this.
No
Out
way.
for this, there's no way.
Also, it looks like it doesn't even have to be played to get that skill. So that's another one where it's just like this is happening, regardless of what they do. So
Yeah.
No T-blow for that. Yeah.
no.
No one really cares about this card, so they can stay banned. I don't think anybody wants it back, so they can stay banned. We got one Vegeta preparing for battle. So this is a card that green decks were abusing because you could add back the Gogeta green super combos just 4 more times a game. I was thinking when this was banned that it was just going to be errated to say like red Gogeta. You could add back a red Gogeta from drop to hands. But they just straight up banned the card. So not even the bad Gogeta deck, blue-red Gogeta decks can use this anymore, which is kind of unfortunate for them. Do you guys think this could ever come back?
Absolutely not.
With an errata like you suggested, maybe, but yeah, no way in the way. Because green is just good now, so we don't need bullshit like that anymore.
Dude, if green became bad and this card was unbanned, it's good again. Just because of 8 super combos. That's way too good.
Remember when Dylan was like, I don't even want to use that card in my deck. It's not even actually good.
How do you find space for this?
Gaslit himself.
Well, it's very easy, Bobby. It's very easy once you realize. Oh, you're being sarcastic.
Oh, I know.
Dylan was dense for a moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also
It was just because he didn't want to buy. He didn't want to pay $5 for them.
Well, also, I thought this card was going to get banned or errated, so I just didn't want to buy it and waste my money like that. Because there's no way they were going to let that fly. And they actually kind of did let it fly, and when the ban list first came out, this didn't get hit. And I think it was an emergency ban list that they hit it afterwards, right? Was that
Yes,
what
it was an emergency.
Yeah, that deck won. Gohan won like the first weekend of original, and then they hit it during the next weekend.
So when the ban list
I would
came
just like to throw out there. It was very fun to play Broly Surge with this and Whis. That was a really fun deck to play for about
12
2
super
weeks.
combos.
So many draws.
Yeah, because when the ban list came out, I was like, dang, I'm so stupid. I didn't buy the Vegetas. They didn't ban it. Dang it, now I got to buy them. And then like a few days later, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we'll ban the Vegeta now.
We missed this one, guys.
There was no room anyway.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, good thing I didn't buy it. So that can definitely stay banned. So now we have I guess we'll go over the, or we'll go by one more actually, because there's a lot to talk about. So the SS4 Vegeta and Goku leader with the Gogeta Z leader. This deck was insane for the entire duration of its lifespan. So in the current climates, do you guys think these guys could come back?
No.
One of the best red decks ever made.
Does the boss monster stay banned?
Well,
Even without it.
Maybe without it.
I'd like to see without it.
I don't know.
that
Draws
Z-leader's
so many
fucking
cards.
So much draw and
The
free
combo
play
too.
early.
You're a gigantic leader every turn from the free comboing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even die? Plus now with the red floodgate, what are you supposed to do?
Oh yeah,
with the extra cards, there's no way. Yeah, this.
Also, being able to people always overlook this, but being able to combo any Saiyan cards in rest mode is just so. That's also just so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. Yeah,
the awakening condition on it. Wasn't this a take a life draw card as well? That leader, or take a life top 5 or something.
It's when you combo, you look top 3, I think, and then add like a unison or a Saiyan, like anything. Like
yeah, and then you take
want.
down to
Both
and you take
turns,
down.
too.
That's right. Yeah.
You just do whatever you want. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah. It's really good.
It was too good. And obviously the Z leader that came with it was ridiculous to be broken. You just survive a
100K.
100K. It's funny, but it's definitely too good. So yeah, that can definitely stay banned. Then we'll talk about the other red deck that was infamous, that was just as broken as it is, if not more, was the Sin Shenron.
At first, yeah.
So
At first,
this deck was literally cracked. It was destroying people turn 2-3. It had a triple strike crit built into the deck, which is pretty nuts. Yeah, it was just it also drew a ton of cards. It just did too. Oh, it also sets up your Z energy really easily. You get like 7 Z energy on turn
7 Z
2.
energy.
Some cards nowadays benefit on you having a lot of Z energy. So I mean, this combined with that's just too good. So yeah,
it's safe to say both of those leaders would need major reworks to be able to come back. I mean, they'd have to be adjusted for sure.
I think this one out of the 3 that we're going to talk about right now, I think this one's the one most likely to be able to come back.
Really?
Yeah, I agree.
It falls off. Like think about the red decks right now. It kind of falls off in hand size later, whereas the really good ones now, they just draw infinitely throughout the entire game. It's like
it's true.
It's kind of tough. It's like you got a way stronger opening, but after that, it really doesn't do.
But how do you think it would be with explosive dance nowadays, though?
I mean, it would still be retarded. It would
You have to set up the Z extra, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really what the deck wants to do.
spend an energy setting up. Yeah,
Probably without the haze, I think I could agree with that. Haze just puts it over the edge, though.
yeah, you can leave that gone. But I think it's not fair, but it could come back in the current climate. I think.
Didn't they hit the haze first and then they hit the leader like after?
Yeah, they did the mini hits to these 2 decks first with the Goku Beam card and the haze.
Yeah, it didn't do much for the popularity, but
Well, first they hit all of the good generic red cards
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
before they addressed anything in the set.
Yeah.
And then once they ruined red, then they got rid of the only 2 good red leaders at the time. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was really lame. I forgot about that.
Oh man.
if this ever does come back, won't be for a long while. So
Yeah, not a while.
then we got the broken SS4 Gogeta Triumphant together. This goes together with the Goku Vegeta leader we talked about. This card has a permanent where you basically just can't interact with it at all. And whenever it combos, it can't be negated. You can't use any skills except for super combo skills. It's triple strike. It's blocker. It draws. You can keep infinitely attacking your opponent's board and they can't respond to it. Yeah, it just does so. It reminds me of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. How much you just can't interact with it or anything. I really hate this card a lot. But what do you guys think? You guys think this ever will come back? Ever?
Ooh.
No way,
I
dude.
hate this. This is the worst card ever made, aside from maybe one other one we might touch on. But this shit is.
Gogeta 7.
Yeah, one of the biggest. I mean,
Gogeta 7
that's
I
one
like.
of the best cards ever made for
I
sure.
just hate them both so much. They're the worst things they've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just basically say your opponent can't do anything to this.
It's just happening.
I miss the daily posts on the discussion group. Like, does this work against SS4 Gogeta? Can you use this against SS4 Gogeta every day?
It was
the same
crazy.
question that asked.
It was infuriating.
Yeah. So luckily you don't gotta work with that anymore, judges. So.
Even if it wasn't as broken, like if you couldn't use it with a good leader, obviously, still no reason to bring that card back. I mean, that's just a horrible mistake. You know.
Yeah, it's a travesty, to be honest.
It's bad card design.
Yeah.
It's just too overpowered. Alright, we can move on to the third of the trifecta of the band leaders from the before there's the Z deck sets. So we have Gamma 1 and 2. This is another instance of the untapping 3 on your the end of your turn. And also blue-green androids, which we all know how good blue-green androids are. It had a lot of really, really busted defensive utility and had a really busted boss monster. It had basically everything you would need in a blue-green deck. So do you guys think there's ever a chance of this coming back?
0.
Yeah, dude, come on, Angel. It's fair and balanced. You're locked into androids, dude. Come on.
Not even, really.
Not even.
Yeah, it's not even true.
It's probably the second most busted leader in this entire game.
It's just a very. It really wasn't too overpowered, really, until the 21 card and defending friends. That's when it became unbeatable, basically.
And the
Was
secret
at that
area.
point. And the SCR, of course. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that is just so much for one deck.
They
I
just
wonder
got
how that
too
would
much
do.
people.
How do you guys think that would do in like in a no ban tournament? I mean, just an insane with Zeno button and all kind of crazy stuff. That'd probably
Put
be.
Violent Predator in your deck too while you're at it.
Gosh, that'd probably be insane. I don't know if it would live through the Vegex though.
You'd get blown out too fast, probably. I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe if we
Aggro
consider.
decks, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Do you guys think this would
Yeah,
still
but-
be like really good into the climate right now with all the decks, the crazy
Oh
decks
my
right now?
gosh, it would be
Yes,
tier 1
absolutely.
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
better than 21 is, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 21 still being good. This would probably just be better than that.
The Cell 9 in there, I mean, let's just as a reminder, that complete monster of a card.
Yeah,
Just
In this deck, you could
cleans
have
up so many decks.
in this deck you could have no cards in hand, and still
14.
be able to play the game like pretty easily. So
I always hated Android 14 personally.
Sim hated Gamma.
I forgot about that.
yeah, searchable topo.
Sam hated Gamma so. Sam, I gotta give it to you, dude. For all the people who don't know, Sam endured many games against Gamma.
I'm sure a lot of people watching this have also. So,
That sucks.
It was rough.
we can
One
definitely,
unfun thing to play against.
yeah, we can definitely keep this leader banned probably forever, which is too good. Then we have Dirty Burst. So this was a infamous card that could stop just basically any boss monster because they basically started printing every boss monster as like 8 or more, or 7 or 8 or higher, just to avoid the Frieza counterplay. So this basically meant that Dirty Burst and any blue deck could just stop your boss monster from attacking on the counterplay. So they have to play the card. They waste the energy on the card, and then you do this, and then they can't attack for 2. And a blue deck 2 is not that bad. So do we think the Dirty Burst could ever come back?
Maybe.
Definitely much more likely than some of these other cards we're gonna talk about, but
Yeah.
and still.
It is still kind of too busted. But I mean, is it really 2 energy? Like you have to leave it up.
Maybe they can limit it.
Kinda-
I mean, they could possibly limit it. But
The two energy thing would be valid if it wasn't a blue card, right? Like blue
Yeah.
decks can just have this, and if they're like, oh, I only lose to this one boss monster,
Right.
and if you want to play it, then it's getting Dirty Bursted, and if you don't, then I'm just going to use the 2 energy for something else. That's the problem with
Right.
Dirty Burst.
That's
It's
true.
just too good of an
Yeah,
option,
I guess as long as tanky blue decks still like as long as like a blue deck that just passes with all its energy, like just Beerus or something. As long as that
Especially-
exists, this game
Especially a deck like Gogeta, like a blue yellow Gogeta, just abusing this.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah, that's
Never
right. Yeah,
goes to-
no, this can't come back. Yeah.
Yeah. It also draws a card for some reason too. So
Yeah.
it's just
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's so crazy.
It's never.
Card was-
It was never a bad option to do against any deck. It was actually this used to be your only answer to that 8-drop Gogeta as well.
Yep.
So
Fun fact: Dirty Burst was bad for a long time. Just throwing that out there.
yeah,
Useless.
it's because it's only when we started getting the boss monsters that were 7 or higher. That's when it started. So we have on to another leader. It's Crimson Warrior, the Super Saiyan God Goku leader. This is the one that people were abusing, like the untaps, drawing a bunch of cards, taking awakening really early. It's a lot of good blue stuff in the deck. It was just taking over a lot of tournaments. I think it won like what, Nats or Worlds? Which one of them?
Nats.
It was
Nats,
Yeah. There was like a
Both,
lot of
right?
the top cut was this leader because they were all just they were all preparing for like what, Trunks Cheetah and something else that was also meta at the time.
No,
And,
mostly it was just for SS4 and Sin, I think, right? Mostly.
yeah.
It was the Gamma versus Red Deck format, and this came in
Yeah.
to beat Gamma and the Red Decks.
Yeah, because they actually errated this leader first, right? To where you
Yeah, you had to awaken with 2 life, right? It was a harder awakening condition.
Oh, you had to get down to the 2. Is that what it was?
Was it?
Or you have 5 Saiyan cards under this card from your drop area. 3 cards, switch up.
Oh no, what? They limited what? Like you couldn't just awaken when you got 5.
I think they took off.
I think maybe it's
Saiyan
3
cards.
last, or
Uh,
I forget what they did. It's
Yeah.
probably still on their list. I bet it
I
is.
literally don't even remember that.
yeah, it didn't do anything for a whole format. They decided to ban it the next format later. But I could maybe see this one coming back sometime.
The errated version, yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Certainly
think
more
that's
likely than the
something?
other leaders.
But it
Yeah.
free combos, doesn't it? It's kind of nasty right now.
I mean, I don't know. I would vote no personally. It's very generic and just draws a lot of cards and just, you know.
So the before text was when your life is at 2 or less, or you place 5 Saiyan cards under this card from your drop area. They changed it to when your life is at 4 or less, and you place 5 Saiyans.
That's
So you couldn't
right.
just awaken at whatever life. You had to get down to 4. That's why they started playing like the self-awakener builds.
Oh yeah,
They gave it
because people were just awakening at 8 life and just still drawing a bunch of cards. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that now. Yeah,
Keep it
Bring
back.
it back. It's errated.
maybe one day.
Definitely more likely than the other stuff, but
Yeah, it's they definitely come back for the other stuff for sure. All right, we'll move on to the duo here. They have the same exact effect on them, so let's talk about them together. Just further instruction Champa and Hidden Power E Supreme Kai. So these are the old way of how you would combo for a game on any card. Just give it double strike during the battle, and you would just win the game that way. So if you didn't, it used to always just be a threat that if you went to 2, you were always just at a risk of dying to Champa, because people played in every deck. It was just so generic, and it's a really old card. I guess they were sick of people winning that way, so they decided to ban him. Do you guys agree with this still?
Yeah.
100%.
I think it was like the card that was in every single deck, so it's like.
Yeah, why
usually
not?
when something's- Yeah.
The only
usually
thing
when-
I would
yeah,
say,
yeah. Sorry.
the only thing I did kind of like about it a little bit, you know, if I'm playing devil's advocate, is like it sort of adds another layer to the game, right? You know, it's just another thing that you have to play around, but you also have it too, right? I mean, I like that. I like layers to the game. You know, keeps it complex and skill intensive, but they are just too good. I
It
think.
made a lot of cards bad.
Yeah.
That when it went away, it kind of. It also adds another layer of like double strike actually mattering on cards too. You know, it's like it's more valuable to have a double strike Z leader. Like bursting rage is a real thing. Basically, you're playing a secret rare version of this card in a lot of decks because of that. You know, so it's. But yeah, it was interesting to have around, and it gave a lot of leaders an actual win con, but it should stay gone.
It's kind of cool now that with it gone, they can allow a lot of other leaders to have Anarch type Champas. I know there's some that do literally nothing, but which is kind of surprising. Maybe it could be exploited a little bit more, but they should release some of those just to test the waters, see how bad it is. Be cool.
Anarch type Champas. There's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like
Yeah.
the lower index seem to have those, which is cool because it helps them out a bit.
Well, it's one of the best parts. I've been playing a lot of Gohanks lately. The red, future Gohan Trunks deck, and that's one of the reasons I'm drawn to the deck, is because you get to put double strike on any swing you want.
With
Pretty
that
sweet.
Yeah,
And
So
crit, but we don't have to add that.
yeah. They still didn't learn that stuff is too good. They still make that on the best decks nowadays. So, all right, we'll move on to the first of the unison counterplays. So we have Super Saiyan Trunks God Sealing Technique. This one was actually banned. The other two were limited to one, which we'll talk about later. And this is the one that was banned. So this could, if you, as long as you had any blue unison in play with 2 more markers, you could just bounce any cost card without deflect back to their hands for free. So I know it wasn't as crazy back. I think around the time it was banned, it was mostly just to stop floodgates. But when this card came out, it was pretty ridiculous. Anything without deflects, you just couldn't play with the unison in play because you had the threat of being Trunks and just wasting all of your energy for free. So do you guys think Trunks could ever come back?
No.
Stay banned.
I mean, unlike the other
one.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Unlike the other 3, though, at least the other 3, at least you could play the card. At least this one doesn't even allow that. So
Yeah, this one
You can play it, but
And the reason that it was only bouncing counterplays is because no one even bothered playing playing a card without deflect because of this stupid card. So that's why.
this is a tool that blue does not need. It's too strong, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because blue already has a lot of good unisons, so having this with it just makes it too broken. So
I
definitely.
don't know. I disagree here. I feel like it was down to a 2 of in the decks it was being played in. And now a lot of the stuff has deflect. Like, this should be a cool 1 of, just like the other ones are. I'm not really an advocate for 1 ofs, but
You're gonna tap 2 for your Trunks boss monster and get Trunks God Sealed?
I'll feel bad about it. But other decks have answers. I have to deal with 2, Sin tapping 2.
They're tapping 2.
It's a good point. I mean, at one, I can see what he's saying. You know, I
Majin
guess,
Blue
but-
is down to 1. Also, that was
Yeah.
the best blue unison. I don't know
Yeah,
what
true.
unisons are blue decks playing. They're still just playing Boo. Maybe they're playing, Tapion puts the Trunks out on the board, but then that's like a reason, right? People are putting not God Sealing, but Heroic Prospect in that deck just because it gives you that utility. I don't know. I'm happy it's gone. That's fine, but if the other ones are at 1, this could be at 1.
Nah, because then they just start shitting deflect onto everything again, and then a lot of cards just like it's just a balancing problem.
Free counterplays in general, really, I would vote for all of them to go. Free stuff's a little dangerous in Dragon Ball, so especially counterplays.
Yeah, we'll see here in a couple minutes. A lot of free stuff that was hit because of that reason. So we'll move on to the Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku Digging Deep. This was the Band-Aid they put in the deck. Like the slap on the wrists when the deck was first released. It's like the format after it was out. This was their answer to everyone's cries about the deck being too good. They just decided to ban the card that beamed your leader. So, I mean,
Unban it.
it only works with the banned leader. So, I mean, if it was unbanned, then it doesn't work with anything. So, I mean, I guess this can come back, right? Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, sure. Unban it.
Yeah. So that was just a ban of its time. That's why it's on here. But it could definitely just come back. It doesn't do anything else unless they ever print a new one. Even then, I mean, I don't know if it would be that good because the 0K combo, it wasn't even like that good in the deck it was in. I don't know. But Haze Shinron is definitely the opposite of that, where it was a really insane card.
Crazy
can
state.
give your triple strike that you play on turn 3, right? It's turn 3. You could give it triple.
Yep.
You can give it crit mid battle,
They gave it to their double striker on turn 2 mostly, didn't they?
or that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very early on. Like your opponent can't really handle that early on most of the time, unless you're maybe blue. So they definitely made the right call to ban this. And is there any reason for this to come back, you think?
Oh.
I'd rather it to tap 1 and then bring it back. It's fine.
Yeah, that could work. I mean, the leader's banned still, so it's kind of irrelevant. It would be like a package deal. A Nerf version of it, maybe.
It'd be a cool deck to reboot. Because there are some... I liked it. It was overbearing, but...
It has neat
deck.
Yeah,
Yep.
it has some cool stuff in it. It was just overtuned at the time.
Yeah. So until that leader comes back, we can probably just keep this banned. So now we have SS4 Goku, A Heartfelt Plea. This was actually limited to 1 for the longest time. because it's a free play triple striker that you can play whenever you awaken and stack a 25k or more. And the further we got into the game, the easier that was to do. And decks like Pan could like just make a card 25 on like turn 2, and then you can just heartfelt plea on turn 2 and just free play a triple striker that also has offering, which is one of the best keywords in the game. So yeah, is there any chance of this ever coming back, either the 1 or to 4?
No.
I miss it. Good card.
I mean, I used to love that card when I used to play Red Yellow Baby.
I'm
That
sure.
was such a good deck back then.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, no, that's such a stupid card. Just some sacky bullshit.
That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite arts though in the game, for whatever that's worth. That's such a nice SPR.
Very
Yes.
cool.
Freaking sweet.
Yeah, this is one of the first examples of the free play getting out of control that we'll be talking about.
That's it's so crazy that card's free.
Free triple striker. You can do it as early as turn 2.
If I could tap 1 for my Dark Broly's, I should get this back, right? That's reasonable.
What are you
No, Bobby.
Why are you,
Please.
We've talked about this.
Okay.
I'll give you 1 Dark Broly for free.
We won't be talking about those anyways, so.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Another insane card, King Piccolo the New Ruler, was first limited to 1, and then it was banned because it's basically a second overrealm with double strike that also is a 20k, and they also can't block against it. And it's a very easy condition to free play. You just have to have a unison with 3 markers in play, so basically just have a unison in play. It was very, very oppressive, and if you saw it with their 1 of, it just felt bad. So I don't think there's any chance of it coming back, right? You guys think so too?
Yeah, nah.
Forgot about the no blocking thing. Unnecessary. Keep it banned.
So free. Literally free.
Yeah.
Such a ridiculous card.
Man, imagine that card in the future Trunks deck right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and, just
Maybe
a
unison. Yeah.
I'll
That's-
take it.
You want it back?
I'll play it. That was the worst card to play against. I hated this card.
Yeah.
I hated it more when they made it 1.
Yeah, because then
And
you
I
got
still got hit with it every turn 3.
It's infuriating
Very
when they
sacked.
draw it. Alright, we can move
This
on.
one some Shenron while it lasted.
Yeah. We can move on to Piano, Reign of Terror. So this is one of the banned cards for the Red King Piccolo deck, which was terrorizing the meta for a while. This was the card that gained you a lot of value over the game. Got your guys out, drew your cards. But now with King Piccolo, it's been a while since that deck has really had any relevancy, so do we think this card could possibly come back? What do we think?
Yeah, I
Yep,
think
bring
so.
it back.
We were talking about it a little bit off podcast, and I mean it was getting removed before pretty easily, like via neg, and now I'm sure the same thing would happen. And King Piccolo without 4 unisons, I don't know if it will live even with drums and this. I mean, it's not Red Saiyan Leader, right? So it could definitely get Piano back at least, have some life.
For sure. It's so easy to deal with. It's the draw engine that's like the easiest card to get rid of.
Kind of slow for the draw engine.
Tap 1 and then it's a battle card. Yeah, it's actually just. I don't even know if you'd have time to play it these days. Maybe just
It
like
could be a Z card.
the awaken turn. Yeah, that was.
Z extra. That's how they fixed it.
Yeah,
KP
make a new
release.
version of it, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
You can do that for sure, but yeah, they could probably
Bring it back.
Bring the whole deck back, why not? See how it does.
Thanks, guys.
Alright, we got the SS3 Gogeta Marvelous Might. So this was part of the Gogeta Xeno. That was pretty similar to how Vegito Xeno is right now. With pretty aggro, black overrun, warping stuff. This is the one that was barrier, and you can play it for 1, and then you could split into the 1-drops again, that's the leader abused to give them the power and stuff. So I remember when this was banned, we were thinking that this wasn't like the problem of the deck. So do we still think this should be banned nowadays?
That's tough to say.
I think it being a 20k with, I think the barrier part with the Union skill might be kind of spooky
I think so.
these days. Probably fine.
I mean, there's the 1-drop Vegito barrier blocker, so that's worse, right?
Yes, that's worse. But then this is like another one you can do.
Those 1-drops are pretty strong though. They get you up. I mean, you're taking out of the life, but for black aggro, I mean that's a +2 in hand. Might as well be. And they're big swings. I think that one's double strike, isn't it? I mean it's definitely a really strong card. Probably can't come back though.
Yeah, it could come back. It's tap 1 to split, so
They should come back, or they should print another SS3 Gogeta that has Union Fusion. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to play that Gogeta Xeno deck with 5
targets.
5 targets.
Yeah, just the Super Saiyan and the one of SS3.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe they could bring it back just to buff Gogeta again. We'll see what they do with that. Next ban card, SS4 Bardock Fighting Against Fates.
No.
So this was an Overrealm that was used in any deck.
So strong.
Pretty simple. It's just Overrealm 6, 25k dual attack. This was abused in pretty much every deck to go for game. Keep in mind this is when Champa was still allowed, so you can give this double strike for free, while playing it then for free and then just chopping it. Have the threat of it at least was pretty crazy. So
just it being at 25k is like
the dual
there's that
attack
Trunks
puts it over the edge.
and the 2 extra.
I mean,
swings.
even that there's a Trunks that's what 19k dual attack and it's like nothing. So it's being at 25k is just like just retarded.
Yeah. That's too
Broken.
broken.
Make it only work in black leaders. Bring it back.
No, black is
I
fine.
don't even want that. Yeah, it doesn't need that.
It already has crazy enough.
Free dual attack 25k seems way too good still.
Yeah, use your fake one in the Supreme Kai of Time deck. You want to get your
Nice. No, thank you.
The 24k or something.
It's 25, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's literally the same, yeah. But only in that deck.
Yeah, if you want to play this, just go play that, I guess. But yeah, that can definitely stay banned. I don't think anyone wants that back again. They already unbanned the one that wasn't the problem, which is Mass Saiyan, so they can leave this one in the dust. All right, then we got the next leader, which was the Cell Surge leader, the green-yellow one. This one abused hand destruction, I believe, and it's a green leader and a yellow leader that can untap 2, draw 2. So there's a lot of crazy combos you could do with this, so that could pitch your opponent's entire hand. But nowadays, maybe it won't be too crazy. What do you guys think?
No, it says stay down.
Absolutely not.
I can't remember the combos. It's probably too good. But I was thinking about it the other day when me and Dylan were talking about it, but I forgot it's awakened effects. Yeah, it's probably still too good.
The passive skill to just wasn't it like check top 5 or something for like any
add one and then
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the pretty busted part about it too.
Yeah.
Add any card to hand. Don't even have to show your opponent.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. It's a pretty consistent deck. And it's untap 2, this one?
Yeah, untap 2, draw 2. So you can, and with Surge Leaders, that's whenever you want, by the way. So that's pretty nuts.
Too good.
Yeah, there's just too much dumb shit you can do with that, probably.
Yeah. It just has so many good skills put together on a leader that it's probably too much nowadays.
Crusher balling off turn is pretty tight. I like that.
Alright, well, we'll move
Come on, I want to play Victory Strike with it again.
No.
Oh yeah, there was that version too, yeah.
I'm so toxic.
Alright, well we can move on to the Unrelenting Assault Trunks. I think this was only banned because of Gogeta Xeno, because the Gogeta Xeno leader warps top 5 from the deck, so you just get a free draw. Because it says when sent to the warp from your battle area deck, you just add it to your hand, so if you like warp 4 of it in a game, you just get to draw 4 cards for free. That's the only reason why this is banned. But now Gogeta Xeno's not.
Bring it back.
Now that Gogeta Xeno's out of the battle.
No, definitely keep it banned.
It's fine now. Don't worry about it.
Not fine. That's crazy.
Such a good card, not limit
Alright,
1.
fine.
Super strong.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can keep that banned for sure.
We can skip this next one, guys, right?
Alright,
It was just-
Blue Shrine of Mystery. This is an
Fucking
infamous card.
Fucking yeah. That
So
was.
it is 6 energy, by the way.
Dude,
Double strike.
cares,
And
dude.
then when you play using Overwhelm, your opponent cannot activate any skills except from the leader.
For 2 turns, by the way.
2 turns. But with how crazy the meta is now, do we think this card would make a comeback if it was unbanned?
What? Yes, it would.
Absolutely.
What? Are you kidding me? This guy.
Well, it's a question.
Bring it back. Yeah, bring it back. It's fine.
He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that.
Yeah, I want this card to stay banned because I also hate this card. It's another example of one of the unfun cards where your opponent just plays this, and if you don't have an answer to it, then you just can't do anything. You're locked out of the game.
There's one answer.
How else am I gonna beat Bulma, dude? Come on.
True.
I need this.
I guess that's true. Yeah. If your opponent's leader is Bulma, you can play this card. There you go.
I'm in.
Yeah, best side card in the game. But yeah, this is probably never coming back ever. Way too good of a skill. Even if it's tap 6, the next that can make it to turn 6 will definitely probably play this again. So that could stay banned for sure. We'll go into Violent Rush Bojack. So this is an example of an Aegis card that was too good. Has Barrier as the Aegis skill with obviously untap 2 in defense. And whenever you activate Aegis, you draw a card. So kind of negates the bad part of Aegis where you discard a card to get that card back. This was abused in the yellow Kid Gohan deck. It was a blue-yellow version of it, and they just had these, and they used it to defend themselves with it. So, do we ever think this would come back nowadays?
Nope.
Go with Gogeta for getting in the format.
I don't know. I think this one could compared to some of the other ones. Honestly, I'd like to see a little bit of blue-yellow resurgence. Not necessarily in the U7. You know, outside of the U7 broken stuff, that's just as good as banned, basically, by next list. I mean, I don't know. I like blue-yellow. I think it'd be cool to see it come back.
Yeah, I like it too, and I wish a card like this existed, but maybe it has to stay leader locked in a way. Maybe they can make a new, like the Goku Black Wish leader has a version of this that sucks balls. So maybe if there was like literally this card, but in a new deck, that'd be cool.
See, the thing is, though, even when it was good, splashing blue-yellow 10Ks in a deck, I mean, it is good, but you have to dedicate, an energy to play it. You gotta combo something. I mean, it's not totally free, and it can be removed as well. Every deck removes barrier. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it would be as broken as it was before, at least.
Definitely less so, yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like the perfect candidate for the new type of cards they've been printing, where they just come with the text, if your leader is not a Saiyan.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And and this could be in there.
That's true. They could do that.
Yep.
That'd be interesting. I could see them eventually printing a card like that, just like this. So
Bring it back.
Everybody clap for
yeah, if any Bandai reps are watching this, take that idea. Take that.
It's a great idea.
So yeah.
Can we be quick about the
Fire
next
me.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now we're
fuck off.
moving into
Yep. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Yeah, let's see it. Bobby's right.
Belmod, which is free play. If you sack three of any cards, so this was back when Unique was introduced, and this card actually was broken for like a specific reason because it got around the Unique skill of your opponent having, or if you having unique cards in play, because you can only have one. But if you sack one of your unique cards, you can play that card again from your hands. That's why it was so good with that also. Mercenary Tau was really good because it's just a free 15k crit on no energy restriction. So it was really good. And then there's Bardock and Goku, which is ridiculous in their decks. They're just free plays as long as your leader was green or red. Bardock was like a dual attack, double strike for free for some reason. Pretty dumb. And then the Goku was a free play 15k that made it killed a card and is a crit. Crit, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And he ripped it apart also from the end of it.
yeah, so these are all examples of
Can I just say that it's hilarious? They thought putting 0 combo cost would like make him okay.
Yeah, they're
Funny.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is a time when free play was getting out of control. I think this was the Red King Vegeta days.
That was a big ban list too. Maybe the biggest one we had.
Before? It was right before King Vegeta. Because they banned all this crap and they were like, King Vegeta's fine. It was not. That was the
Yeah,
this
they
was
were
such,
the leader. Under the field card. Yeah. So.
yeah, because
That part out, the Resolute was the biggest offender, just that and the King Piccolo deck after the Overrealm, and then they play the guy we already discussed that comes in, the Double Striker that can't be blocked, and then they play this. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Bobby will not mention his
deck.
name.
pick.
Don't say
Yeah,
it.
it was too good. So all the free play stuff
I hate
definitely.
that deck.
I think they've learned their lesson by now with how good free play was. So
Yeah.
they've stopped doing that nowadays. That's just a different time of Dragon Ball. They won't do that again. So they're definitely not going to bring that stuff back. All right, we'll go on to the Mecha Frieza leader. So this was the reboot of the other slightly banned ones. Errata, but it was basically banned. They thought that if they printed this, it would be not as good, but it turned out to be too good again. So they banned a lot of cards around the leader, but they didn't actually ban the leader when this first came out. So that made a lot of people mad because it was still topping and running the meta over. And then they decided to just ban it because it just lets you abuse extra cards in yellow, and yellow has a lot of good extra cards. And this was back when Power for Super Saiyan was still at 4, so when that was also really broken. Yeah, it was just too good. But you guys think Mecha Frieza could ever come back?
Nope.
Nah. Way too strong.
Yeah, no way.
I remember back in the day, it was at turn 2 SS4. Jeez, man.
Well, that was the
OG.
absurd,
No, I know that.
absurd Mecha Frieza leader.
No, I know that, but even with the errata, it's still like.
You know what's so funny? Like, this kind of a unique leader. The original version, of course, was better, but when this new one came out, there was so many new cards that you could use with it that it was arguably just as good as the old one because of how powerful the new yellow extra cards were.
Yeah. Yeah, by limiting it, they're like, oh, we fixed it, but there's like 3 times as many cards. Yeah. Nice try, then. Let's hit the next.
Way too good. Alright, so we can move on to Beerus Godly Majesty is another example of just a free play card. As long as it's discarded from hands, you can free play it. And nowadays there's a lot of cards that discard cards from hands, so it's a free 15k, but now we probably don't need this in the game ever. I think it was just abused with the Bardock Overrealm.
Yeah.
Drew 2 and discarded cards, so you just get 2 bodies for free. So this card can never come back, probably. You guys think so?
It probably wouldn't be as bad as it used to be, but yeah, no reason for it, like you said.
Just free value and like a pod thing, and there's just a bunch of stuff that it facilitates that it's too good. It's just too generic of a card.
Yeah, probably no reason to ever bring this back. So we'll move on to Pan Great Ape Whisperers. This is kind of a combo card with the Heartfelt Plea. So so as long as you are awakened at 2 or less life, when you awaken, you get to free play it. It has a pretty broken activate where we untap any yellow battle card. So this was before the Cell Xeno Secret Rare was errated. People were playing Cell Xeno on like turn 3, and then you free play this as well, and then you just get the 3 swings with Cell Xeno. That was nuts. Or I think there was also the Yellow Sin Triple Striker tapping that as well.
That's what they were doing. Yeah, that's why I got them.
Yeah.
That's what got this banned, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no reason to ever bring this back. You don't think so, right?
No.
Yeah, no reason.
Yeah, just too free. Alright, we'll talk about one of the most broken leaders they ever made was the Father-Son Kamehameha Goku and Gohan leader. Basically it was a triple attack, triple strike leader on turn 2. And there's a card that can give it crit, so you can make it triple strike crit on turn 2.
40k, I think, base or something.
Very, very oppressive. Like you had to have a specific amount of cards in your hands, or a certain like array of cards to even survive a turn like that in those days. So I mean,
Still wasn't enough.
Yeah, this is one of the most ridiculous leaders ever made. Just killing people turn 2 super easily. No chance this ever comes back, right? No chance?
No way. This is, to me, is one of the least likely cards on the whole list. It's a completely absurd deck.
And
Just fucking.
And the funny thing is, when they first hit this leader, was they made a whole new ban list for it. They called it the best of one ban list. Like, it was banned in only best of one.
Yeah, it's so true.
And then everyone was like, "Why? That doesn't matter." What?
To be fair, if when it was being played, it was extra crazy because of all the free play that was happening around it. So maybe it wouldn't be as strong because not as much free play, but
A token negate.
yeah, I mean, token negate, that's so true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe, but I hate
So
it. So
strong. Yeah.
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 It's another one of those
Come
unfun decks to play against. So I don't think they'll ever bring this back. It was a mistake, for sure. All right, and now we'll talk about Master Roshi Kamehameha Origins. So it's just pay one, whoop it from the drop, and add a green extra card from drop to hands. So I know people were abusing this with Dormant when it first was out. You could keep adding back Dormant and keep floodgating your opponent every time. Now that we have stuff like Uneasing, also, do you guys think this could come back in today's climate?
Did one of.
Top one.
Yeah.
Maybe start with one, see how it goes.
Yeah, because if you can loop Dormant 8 times, that might be too, or even like more than 4. Like if you see all 4 and then like loop it once, that might be crazy. But even then, like Dormant doesn't save you a lot of the time, so it sucks to fall off. It's also a tap one. You could probably bring this. You could try it out. You could try it out. Try it out.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the ones I can see coming back one day.
You know what I don't like about it? If you play, it allows you to play less Dormants, which Dormant really sucks in multiples. You can just play 4 of this, and then 2 Dormants or something, and just keep looping the same Dormant over and over again. You know, and then if you draw too many Roshis, you just charge one or combo, it's free 5k, but yeah. I don't know. That's borderline.
Yeah. This card's so old that maybe they'll just forget to ever bring this card back anyway, so
Cool.
they don't want to risk anything, so
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
yeah. So now we'll move on to No Escape Son Goku. This is just a 1-drop draw. It's kind of like a sideboard card for any cards that return battle cards back to the hands. So basically just, I mean, I guess it's non-keyword, so it wouldn't affect swap decks, but
Dude, if you unban this, how will set 12 Pycon survive in the meta?
that's true. Is there a chance it's coming back?
No, it just shuts down random bad decks, or in potentially in the future something that could be good. You know, there's no reason.
Just an unnecessary floodgate for no reason to have in the game.
I don't even remember what it was for.
They released a deck with it like one set later. Wasn't it for like a Gogeta deck or something?
Something like
Bounce cards back to your hand. I forget what it was, but it just totally
it just didn't make sense.
crushed an irrelevant deck on release, and I think that's why they banned it.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
There's probably no reason to ever bring this back, really.
They banned it for Janemba, but
Its best friend that unbanned though. The other one, it's Secret ID that they banned just because they were printing Token Toa. And then once they realized Token Toa had no shot.
Or was it because it was a generic overwhelm in...
that was their justification. But
It's still a generic overroom.
yeah,
Yeah, if this ever came back, I mean, I don't think really anybody would play this for any reason, so at least with Master Hand, there's playability there. So,
Next 4, easy.
yeah, never ever.
oh yeah, this is a four card deal. They all basically say they free play from the warp, as long as you warp the same cost card on the board. So there was a Vegex deck that was very easily getting cards on board. You could take out overwhelms to put these on the board. They were just free plays. They were ridiculous in Vegex. There's definitely no chance it's coming back ever.
Nope.
They're just way too much value. So now we'll move on to the infamous card, Gogeta Hero Revived, or better known as Gogeta 7. So, yeah, this was the infamous blue boss monster for any blue deck. Was bouncing your opponent's entire hand back into the deck, and they draw 3 random cards. Well, if you don't draw those 3 cards that you need to survive that turn, you just lose the game.
Dylan, don't forget about the 3 red words, Dylan.
Yeah, it has Triple Strike, Barrier, and Deflect on it too. So back then there was no way to stop this. It was actually ridiculous. So,
I think it was more used for.
Is there any chance nowadays of us coming back?
Not with Gogeta existing.
You said it was for blue decks. I think it was more for friggin' Shenron and Purunga and all them decks back then.
Yeah.
But there was this 8-year-old at our locals that used to take wins over stinky grown men because this card existed. So it was just, as an argument, that it's the best Dragon Ball card maybe ever made. It's crazy.
It's just better than 17. 17 is the watered down version, you know? Like just
Come on, my favorite thing was doing Gogeta into what was the red green card?
Kaioken, dude.
Kaioken, and then going into Victory Strike and swinging 3 times with Victory Strike.
Man, that was fun.
Shit. We call it Gogeta 7 because you'll burn in the 7 circles of hell for all eternity if you play with it.
It's worth shouting out the guy who made that clip. You know,
draw them
oh my gosh, yeah. If you play,
because you don't even have to pick the 3 cards you keep. By the way, it's just 3 random fucking cards from your deck.
Yeah, so you can just lose on the spot if you get 3 dead cards. So,
yeah, way too strong.
And it could be used in any deck. Wasn't leader locked too, so any blue deck could make it. So.
Didn't that Gogeta deck get support recently too?
Yeah.
It's even a less chance that this comes back. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus it can be used in that new Gogeta deck also. So.
Yeah, that's
Could it come back to 1? Like, is that no?
That noise again.
It's also just too unfun of an effect. That's another one that's just unfun.
Wait, we
realized everything in its card decks.
No, guys, it's fair. You have to crit yourself alive. Come on, dude.
It's Sparking 10. Sparking 10's hard.
6 to 5 these days, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you have to have 5 or more energy too.
In a blue deck. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Come on.
Super cool, super awesome card, super important to the history of the game. But yeah,
come on, just errata it to draw 4 cards instead.
Yeah, Gogeta is a very legendary card. Actually, took them a while to ban this too. So when people
For
saw
some
it,
reason.
some people were sad. So we will always remember the legend of Gogeta 7.
That was me since I played the deck.
yeah.
And now we'll go on to another one of the most broken cards they ever made was Android 21 Violent Predator. So this is when Blue-Green first came out. When it was played, you had to pay 8 for it, but the Blue-Green decks ramped. And ramp back then was really, really good. You get to choose all of your opponent's non-multicolor energy and battle cards ignoring barrier. You can negate their skills, and then you bottom deck all of it. So, if you were fortunate to play against a black player, you just bottom decked all of their energy and all of their battle cards. And then you just win the game. Your opponent has 0.
Bring it back.
Triple attack also.
I'm in.
Come on, you don't want to play with 21 leader?
Fun fact, this was another card that was really, really bad when it first came out. Because everybody was playing multicolor cards.
Yeah.
So it was not used, you know.
It's like a sideboard card for black.
Yeah, it was even rare. I mean, even black just killed the blue decks before they would ever get to this card. So, yeah, it was not good until, like 1 or 2 sets after the multicolor stuff first came out.
Yeah, I think when set 10 was coming out, before they'd even released, they put this on the ban list because they knew since the monocolor was coming back, they just could not let this stay.
Yeah, if that went off, that's just GG's, baby.
The fact that it hit your energy was just way too busted. So that can definitely stay dead, especially with 21 now being able to cheat that out. No way. There's no way it comes back.
That's impossible to come back with 21.
Never. These 2 cards we're going to talk about basically have the same thing, where there's like anti-ramp cards. If your opponent has more energy than you, or like charged in energy, or something like that, while you have less energy, you can just kill one of their energy.
Angel, wasn't there a way though we were using these if they didn't ramp? Like if you went second or something? What was the They were really good.
Oh, I remember
the forced ejection specifically. I forget how it was abused, but it was something. Do you remember what it was, Angel?
You have less energy than your opponent. What was it? Were you sacking your own energy or something beforehand?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
That was in that Gogeta deck. Yeah, it was in that Gogeta deck.
Oh yeah, you sack your energy to draw 2 and then freaking
Yeah. It was unramping people.
That's so true. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was when they got banned, right? Because of that.
I believe so.
It might have been, yeah. 'Cause any effect that sacks your opponent's energy usually is not going to stick around. So.
Wait.
I mean, it should be good now, right? I mean.
Yeah, if you're tapping energy to do that,
Pay
to
3.
make your opponent unless you're dying.
I guess it's overwhelm. Overwhelm. We weren't overwhelming that, I don't think, though, were we? We were tapping for that, I think.
It's A, yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays that won't live. So.
Yeah, probably okay.
If they ever come back, they probably wouldn't do anything unless.
Ramp decks could use an answer, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind these making an appearance.
That's true.
They wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't even try this. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Plan for
We can move on to Plan for Destruction then. So this was another one of the ramp cards for the Goku Black and Zamasu leaders. I think this was for the Goku Black, the really old Goku Black back before it was rebooted.
Yep.
People were getting to like 10 energy on like turn 3. And this is one of the reasons why, because you get to 7 at first, and this ramped to another one, as long as you paid 1 for it. It was not. I don't even think it lasted like a format. It was.
They preemptively banned it.
Yeah,
because they were people were getting to the one that sacks 3 of your opponent's energy, so that's why. It wasn't even to get to like a huge amount. You just had to get to 8, I think. I mean, you can do that, right? Or 7?
Somewhere around there. Yeah. As long as you got there, you just won the game. So.
Yeah. Stupid card.
Now with that reboot one, do you think it can come back?
No, the reboot one's just better.
Oh. Well, it says you can't ramp for the rest of the turn though. So
the old
when you use the effect of the.
Isn't this a pay 1 on either turn? Ramp 1.
Yes, it is.
That's
you ramp on
way
your,
too
you
much.
ramp on your opponent's
Yeah.
turn. Is what you do with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it ramps and also it's a 10k combo, so it probably is too good. So
yes,
I could probably stay banned. We have another free play card, Turlist, Unstoppable Ghost Warrior. It was supposed to be for the Hachiak deck, but then other decks were abusing it just for a free 10k dual attacker. 10k might seem small, but back then people were playing this in like turn 1, turn 2, so.
It became a 15.
Oh yeah, if you discard a card, yeah. I think people were using it in Vegex too, so.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why it was just so.
Zero reason for that to come back. That's just easy stay banned.
Yeah, definitely does too much, so it can stay banned. Then we have a legendary card, another one, Objection. So this lets you ramp from hand if you pay 2, as long as you play 1 blue and 1 colorless. Lets you ramp in any deck. So this is a very old card. This is an example of like old card design that they probably didn't think of ahead on. They just kind of made the card and was like, oh, it's probably okay. But then obviously when things got crazier in the later sets, that's when Objection became a lot more broken. So, but do you think it can come back nowadays with the blue decks we have now?
I mean, considering they hit freaking 21 2-drop, probably not.
I think because of Beerus' existence, Beerus would be too good with this, I think.
It was guaranteed. Well, you're already
Low on hand size.
for less cards in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's tough. It's the fact that it's a -2 was really bad back in the day. Now it would probably be even worse. Plus pay 2.
Yes,
Tough one.
Doesn't
it go in active mode though? You ramp in active mode, so.
Oh yes, it does ramp in active.
Yeah, it does.
I don't really want this to come back. It's a little too suspect for me. Pretty strong.
You could experiment with it. Like you said, it's a -2, and I feel like the good ramp decks are ramping without negging that hard. Like Beerus is just doing it from the Z deck.
How scary though is it that they can get to those ridiculous unstoppable turns like
So much. Yeah, another turn.
1 to 2 turns earlier? That might be too much.
Probably. Yeah, leave it banned. No reason. I don't want to find out.
By the way, you can play this in any color leader. You just pay a blue energy, and you're all set, dude.
Yeah, any rainbow decks can abuse this too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
imagine
Bardock.
this in SS4 Bardock, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That would probably be too good. So
Just a quick reminder: you could pay 0 for in Mecha Frieza for this, and rampant energy. By the way,
Oh,
just
man.
throw that out there.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
That's nuts. Okay, we'll move on to Unyielding Spirit Trunks. I'm surprised they ever even made this card. She says during your turn,
It's always good.
when you combo, you get to untap an energy. So
If
I
you
know
lose
in the SS3 days, right? This is when it was used. Just
Not really in
untap.
SS3. It was used mostly in Harudegarn Storm. Shout out to our friend Matt Coombs and Richard Zapp for that deck that ran the meta for quite some time.
Yeah, that shit was gay.
Yeah. Nowadays it would be even better because
Yeah, one energy is
budget.
still crazy now, and the Z
Yeah.
charge. Yeah.
Not limit 1, way too good.
Yeah, like you were saying, especially with the Z deck now, that'd be even better. So
It was limited for a time, but even then, yeah, no reason to let them have that turn where they can do that.
yeah,
And blue
it's on
too.
any turn too, so you can do it.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, 'cause it's probably never come back. So move on to the two
Rubber
cyber
bullets.
that they made. So Tien, which just says whenever you switch energy to active mode, you take a non-weapon skill. Oh no, they can't tap energy. It's not without non-weapon skills.
Yeah, it's anti-D magic.
Anti-blue in general. I mean,
Yep, beams.
yeah, probably just shut out blue too much. And then Tau, if you ever have a hard discard from your hand, then your opponent warps 3 from their hand and it has barrier. So,
Yeah, I don't even know why they did that. Like,
Gosh.
I don't think there was like a hand control deck being played at the time. It just
Well, if Mercenary Tau exists, you can't play hand. Like, you could never play hand destruction.
No.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
I mean, green can easily
Yen
have a
is
barrier, but
too
still,
broken.
it's probably too good.
Both of
I mean,
these
how would that
cards
work
really.
with like Koitsukai or whatever? I mean, that just
It's into the drop. It doesn't do anything with quotes.
Yeah, Koitz is warp from hand, so.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Tien just actually just locks out your opponent from playing blue in general, so that's probably too good.
Yeah, you would just put it down and then butt fuck them because they didn't do anything.
Yeah, this is the OG anti-D magic card.
That's how you beat Janemba. You had to run this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that can probably stay banned for now. Zeno button. 0 energy, tap all of your blue energy. This was actually a 4 of during the multicolor days. So when multicolor became a thing, this card actually became relevant. I know for a while this card wasn't relevant at all, right?
Completely
No, still-
unplayed.
It was like a one of in some decks.
But I mean,
don't
that's
know,
when
dude.
Warcry came out, and that's when it just became like.
Yeah.
When blue-yellow. Yeah,
Well,
you were able
when
to
the
play
arrival
yellow
skill-
cards with
When the
this.
arrival skill came out too. And you got a rival
Yeah.
with this.
This just
Yeah,
made,
that's
just
good.
shout out again to, I think Richard Zapp made this deck as well, blue-yellow Broly Apes. Just a hot, that was like,
All the
deck
best
felt-
cards in the yeah.
you played Gogeta 7 in it as well.
Yeah.
You know, was
Because he had to counterplay Goku. The Goku that ignoring barrier just bounces anything.
Yep,
I'm gonna
I
make
forget
it-
which Vegeta it was, but
It was at all costs.
oh, that's right, the crazy card. That deck was just a blue-yellow toolbox.
Plus
You
that,
couldn't
plus
kill.
that leader at the time
leader
too.
was so
Before it
broken.
was ratted, is freaking
Yeah.
nuts.
I'm tapping.
Xeno
every
Button is an
little-
awesome card. Could you imagine how broken this would be today? I mean, that is like, it would totally break all blue decks.
Yeah, it's unforgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got too many blue floodgates and stuff, so plus this would be too much. 0 energy. Too much. So we can keep that banned.
Bad ring laser.
Bad Ring Laser, the infamous
Real bad
OG
man.
counterplay. So this was
Under
the
counter.
even better than Cooler. 1 energy, discard a card, you negate the counter. Any deck can use it. No way this ever comes back, right?
No, 0 chance.
No way. I think Cooler was actually either released or revealed while Bad Ring was still legal, and everybody was like, wow, that card sucks. We'll never use that. And then,
Yeah, that's cool.
you know, and then Bad Ring gets banned, and everybody plays Cooler. Cooler went to $20, and pretty much it fluctuated a couple times, but it was 4 Coolers were expensive for a while after it got banned.
That
I
card
just
could
you know
literally
shout out to Herudigarn Storm Mirrors with Bad Ring Wars. Basically, what you would do is just set up Mira Overwhelm with a Champa and a Bad Ring, and then you would swing, they would negate, you'd Bad Ring, they would Bad Ring your Bad Ring, and then you would Bad Ring their Bad Ring to let your Mira swing get through. That was a real thing in top tables. That's how games were decided.
You couldn't win without 2 Bad Rings because they had the Bad Ring for yours.
Yep, and Mecha Frieza was playing this for 0 energy, by the way. Just throwing that out there as well.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, 1 energy these days is way too much for a counter. So
even if it said discard your entire hand, it'd still be just retarded.
Yeah, so another infamous card, Unwavering Solidarity Shugesh Super Combo. Being able to play any 3-cost Saiyan from your hands on either player's turn, as long as your life's at 4 or less. Do you think Shugesh could ever come back in today's climate?
Yeah, run it back, dude.
Dude, I honestly wouldn't mind.
It's crazier every new set that comes out.
So true.
It's just so stupid. You can't.
Throwback to Shugesh into Preface of Recovery Son Goku. Untap 2 energy. Let's just, super combo, offensively untap 2. That's in a 15k barrier.
Oh yeah, it's not even a yellow Saiyan either, wow. It's just any
No,
Saiyan. That's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Plus Kid Goku too, and there was no barrier at the time either, so doing Sugesh Kid Goku. Oh no, there was barrier at the time, sorry, but it wasn't like
Prevalent.
it wasn't everywhere like it is now. So it was like just barely in there, so doing the Sugesh Kid Goku was just insane.
That's another iconic Dragon Ball thing, Shugesh Kid Goku, that's
Can never combo out.
Crazy.
Because you might die.
Yeah.
You might die.
There's no way this ever comes back. No way. There's way too many Saiyans in the game now. No way.
There was too many decks that abused this to name, but lots of cool builds with this. It was really a fun card.
Yeah.
It is a fun card, though.
Now we have minus Killzone. So
next.
Basically, draw a card your opponent cannot counterplay for the entire turn.
It's just a free cycle.
Was not relevant for a long period of time, but
Yeah. Nowadays, with how prevalent counterplays are, ain't no way.
And they let you draw a card too. Like you would think you would have to discard 2-3 cards in order to activate this effect for free, but instead you just draw a card. Wow.
Just 0 cost is too much.
Yeah. I think warping 3 from your drop is a hefty cost, but it's not. That's not.
It means nothing.
There's no way this ever comes back. So we'll move on to Bardock to Progenitor. This is a very popular card. People have been hounding for this to come back forever. Ever since they revealed that they can unban cards, they've always wanted this card unbanned. I know this back in the day. This is a very, very infamous card in is it also a Herudigarn card? The Herudigarn deck, right? Or was it SS3?
Oh yeah.
SS3.
Mostly Herudigarn. This card was mostly banned because of Herudigarn, though. Yeah. I mean, it is that card was the epitome of power creep. I mean, just an insane card. All the stuff you can swap into. Yeah, into Goten. I mean, there were turns, just as a fun throwback again for everybody. You could just swap into multiple Gotens, and then you Nimbus your opponent, and you get to untap multiple Gotens again. Swing with all of them, flute them back. It was just the most disgusting deck. That was really crazy cycling and really fun to play and just, awesome. Cool piece of Dragon Ball history.
Yeah, I think what was the 3 decks? It was Herudigarn, SS3, and I think they were playing Trunks too, right?
The blue Trunks deck, yeah. I mean, even yellow decks played this card. This was just a very widely used. Angel was playing it in some yellow deck.
So that's when Untap 2 was just starting at the time, right?
Yeah, leaders, yeah.
Yeah, because it was Draw 2 for a while, and then it was Untap 2, and now they brought it back again this fall.
That one for a 10k that's gonna, no matter what, take a life, sucks dick. And you can't just swap it into your hand for nothing anymore. You have to have a target.
Considering your leaders awaken early now?
That's what I was gonna say. You're right, Sam. The fact before that you couldn't awaken until 4, and you were gonna be pressuring. You were pressuring them 4 times or more with 10Ks, and then hitting them with 15s after they're awakened. That doesn't happen anymore. So this card
the follow up turn. It was the big turn. Like it was like, what are you supposed to do? And I was playing Victory Strike at the time. It was U7 Frieza Victory Strike at the time, and even with the best hand I could possibly have, it did nothing.
You can't answer that whole board, though.
You cannot answer it. Yeah.
It could come back easy. Would be really awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely.
People want.
I'm already playing. It would suck, but it would be cool. You know, it'd be cool to get it back.
I mean, I'm already playing.
It would make lineage decks better.
My favorite.
Actually, it'd probably make that one lineage leader pretty decent because instead of just taking life, I mean, you still take life to search whatever, but you're like missing out on a card. So it's just like maybe awakening a turn sooner or something would make it maybe a little bit better. Kind of fun.
They brought Goto next, so they might as well bring this back. So hopefully they can deal with one day. Then we have a Child's Wish. This was abused in any of the Wish decks. You play a 15k or less, 3 or less from drop. There's probably too many good targets for this still, you think?
I don't know. I just don't think.
Angel, would you like to do the honors? Why this card was broken or why it was banned? The interaction with Explorer Bulma.
Yeah, the free untaps.
Yep.
And as well as all the fill up the draw. Yeah, but Super Shenron's gone.
True.
You can't more. I mean, doesn't what's it called? Does it too?
It plays from deck. Are you talking about the 2-drop extra card?
No. I was trying to think of the ambition card.
Oh, personal ambition.
It kind of does what the Bulma does, untap and
well, it untaps 1. I think Bulma untaps 2 or 3.
Yeah, it untaps 2. I think.
It's like a free.
You did it for free. I mean, you also drew 2, right?
Well, it was so crazy because you could pay 2 and untap 2, so it's a free play draw, or you could play it for free and just hard untap 2. That was just ridiculous.
I don't know how huge that would be now. It might be okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think Wish leaders are really like. I think Wish leaders would get destroyed by everything in the game.
Imagine getting your friggin' face pounded in by red and you're just sitting with 3 Child's Wish in your hand. It'd be so terrible.
You suck. Yeah. It could be something I'm just not thinking of, but it's kind of late, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They could try and bring it back, maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Alright, we can move on to the SS3, the original SS3 leader, before we got rebooted. But it already got rebooted, so I mean, there's probably no reason to ever unban this, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we can just move on from that. Legendary Flutes, just a 0 energy, bounce 3 or less back to your hands, and then draw a card, if it was your own battle card. I mean,
I think it'd be alright to come back, honestly.
Is there anything that can really, like, abuse this, you think?
They're like low cost wing. I guess Tapion would get a lot more draws if you use this.
Be a fitting card too.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because if you play a cantrip turn 1 to get the +1, you know, your idea is to combo it off. But if you have the opportunity to flute it back, cycle another card, and it's out of danger, like from being popped before you can combo it, I mean, that might be unnecessary, maybe, but I don't know.
I don't know. I also think deck space is very tight now.
That's true.
And Flute is a nice card, but like, would you really put in your deck? It's like, I feel like, I don't know, it just...
Of Tapion.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, considering Tapion's the freaking character in the thing.
There's something else I was thinking recently. I wish I could bounce back.
It cycles 3 or less, right? So there's a lot. That's a big card pool to cycle.
You get your 17 floodgate back.
Yeah. Oh no.
That might be too good then.
Nope, never coming back.
Yeah. It's also just a future-proof thing. We can just untap. It's also not color restricted either. Just untap or bring any color card back to hand. So.
Really quick history lesson. The reason why this was banned mostly is because blue-red decks were playing intensifying power trunks. You know, attacking for 15k, taking a life, bouncing it, drawing, and then just repeating that and just putting crazy pressure on, crit pressure, turn 1 and 2, and getting like a 15-card hand, and then just blasting you, turn 3 and 4, with fearless pans and chain attack trunks, and just, it was just too much.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when it first came out, the play was what, tap one Majin Buu, draw a card, play flute, bounce it back to hand, draw a card, play it again. Like
That was the SS. Yeah, that was SS3
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, still, that was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'd have like a handful of everything.
It's probably too many cards this enables to bring back to
Yeah.
your hand, so you could probably keep this banned for now. So now we'll finally move on to the limited cards. There's not as many on here, but I guess still a bit. So we could talk about with the limited cards. We can talk about whether or not they can actually come back to or should be banned. Because since they're still playable in the game, we can talk about if they're also possibly just too good at one still. So I guess we'll go to the most recent one, which is the Kamehameha Victory's extra card. This is the one that enabled you to burn your opponent from like 5 to 0 if you just keep using it over and over again. Do we ever think this will come back? Probably not, right?
No, ban it.
Just ban
The whole
it.
rest of the deck needs to die.
Ban the whole fucking deck, yeah.
What were they thinking coming out with this deck?
I don't know, they're retarded.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep making uninteractive burn. It's never a good idea.
It'll be fine this time. Because it's on a...
We figured it out.
Yeah, we...
It's 2 Z energy.
And they did in a deck that generates so much Z energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at 1, I guess it's fine, right? Or I mean, it should probably just be banned, but...
It's dumb that you can't go 3 to 1 when they can also just tap you out and kill you. You can't even see this. That's annoying. Because if they take you to 3 to 1, you just lose. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Yeah, that's true.
And you just get burned to death. Yeah, it should just go. Just go. Go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
Goodbye.
Move on to the second of the Unison counterplays, which is Frieza Charismatic Villain, infamous card for any green Unison deck. Just recently got hit to 1. Do we think it's fine at 1, or do we think it should still be banned? Or should
Bring it back to 4 until you hit the 6 drop and use 7, and then I can go back to 1.
Oh, I see. I see.
I hate that card.
There should be a power creep, or no, watered down version of this that probably hits like 4 or less or something, or 5 or less.
Yeah, they made the Goku and Vegeta counterplay.
That's the
hit
black
5 or
ass.
less, so...
Yeah, like a 7 or less. That's too much. That's almost everything. That's
For free.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. There should be just throw out at it maybe, or get rid of it. I don't. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Especially that green's good now. We don't need bullshit like that anymore.
It is weird how it's at 1. I mean, I'd rather just be banned at that point. It sucks when your opponent
Yeah,
sees it
that's
during the
pretty
game.
I mean, the reason it's actually gone is because of the Kaido interaction, right? Where you can't interact with that. At least that's what it feels like.
I think it's just
Sacking it
dumb
versus
because
Masu
of
was
Goku.
also crazy.
And you're like, I'm stupid.
Yeah. It just stops so many decks early on. Like, if you have the Demigreenness set up with, then you just have 4 Friezas, your opponent can't really play anything without barrier without getting answered, so...
It also feels bad at 1 though. I played against a Green Goku in the regional, and they had it turn 2. It's like, you can't play around it. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you just gotta hope they don't
It
have
feels
the 1.
bad. Yeah, it's lame.
Yeah, they might as well just ban it, but...
Yeah, I think so. Lane or errata. Where it's at is lane.
Yeah, or make a new one, whatever. We have one of the more controversial limit to ones, Ultimate Duo Goku and Vegeta. We thought at the time that this was hit to 1 because of the Zamasu deck that was recently out, because it negates skills and pops a card for 1. It's also double strike and counts as both Goku and Vegeta. So, I mean, it is a very strong card. I don't know if it was... I mean, it also, because U7 was coming out, I guess that's why they also hit it. Because it was going to be dumb in that deck too, but... do we think it should stay at 1, or do we think it can come back to 4, or should it just be banned?
It should stay at 1. It's fine.
I think it's good at 1. This is like a... I mean, if U7 goes, you could bring it back, probably.
This is one of the dumbest cards I've ever printed.
Think so?
I think. Yeah, they they thought because it doesn't say draw one that it's balanced. I don't know. It outs like so many decks for one energy.
Yeah.
You play your Gogeta SCR, and then they just kill it for one energy. Pretty lame.
Should happen. That's what should happen to you if you play well.
Will happen. It's silly.
It kind of says draw one. It gets rid of a card, so it's sort of, but it's a better draw one.
But
Why is it 20k or why is it double strike? Like, why does it do all this? I don't know.
probably because Spirit Bomb sucks dick.
I mean, without cooler, yeah. But at the time, it was good in that deck.
It carried the Majin Vegeta deck. That deck's fallen off since this is 1-1.
Yeah, one less double strike in there is pretty tough.
Yeah, and less removal, so... Alright, we'll go on to the Majin Buu Unison, one of the most... Also, and again, one of the most busted cards they've ever made. Still in the game, too. This does suck when the opponent sees it, too, because it's just so oppressive, it makes it take your whole turn to kill it.
I see it every time.
It does too much for 4 energy, and a blue deck.
Shout out to Bojack. Please make a new blue 4-cost Unison.
Go tanks.
That's true.
That card stinks, Angel.
You don't do it, thanks, dude. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for sure, dude, for sure.
Boo, bam.
Yeah, they should have just banned it. I knew they were going to limit to 1 when we thought it was going to get hits, but I would just prefer this card to be banned. It does way too much for blue decks. So, yeah, they should ban it for sure. Then we'll go on to the last of the Unison counterplays, which is Yamcha Merciless Barrage. Just a free 15k that also negs 2 things by 15. If you have a red Unison with 2 more markers in play, it's just free plays, and also it's counterplay. It doesn't get around stuff with Deflect and Barrier, but still just outing 2 cards for free like that is pretty nuts.
Ban it.
Ban it, yeah.
Yeah, should just be banned for sure.
Hate that.
They should just all be banned.
Very strong card.
It's been power crept a bit, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
Cringe card.
Alright, we'll move on to Piccolo Jr., Descendant of the King Unison. So this is one that I actually think could maybe come back. Here's a 2-drop Unison, it's a +1. It obviously still has the pretty busted auto where if your opponent activates a counter, you get to KO a 15k or less. But nowadays, I think this is probably fine.
Nobody playing K but yellow.
Yeah, I don't even think people would even play this card. What do you guys think?
Not
I think it'll
Gogeta.
come back.
It is the biggest. It would be the biggest buff you could make to KP for whatever that's worth.
Whoa.
It was so good. This Unison, oh my god. But yeah,
So
he'll come back.
he good.
Doesn't it
Gogeta's
heal
better.
you 1? That's just such a cool card.
Yeah, it can heal you.
Rejuvenate, yeah. So, I can see it coming back one day.
Your skin.
If this came back and the other cards from King Piccolo came back, I think that the deck could do something again. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hates and shit. Yeah.
And we'll move on to SS3 Gogeta, Thwart of the Dark Empire. Still a very popular card right now, actually, in the Vegito Xeno deck. It's a Union Fusion for 1. It's not turn restricted. You could just play a 1-drop Double Striker that warps anything when it attacks. So, is this card still too good and should stay at 1? Should it be banned? Should it go back to 4? What do we think?
Bobby?
Oh, back to 4. Why are we... What's the discussion here? There's only one deck that you played on turn 1. Nobody plays that deck. Other cards do what this card does. It's fine.
Okay, but then we can have the duo back too then.
Definitely not. Duo's way different level than that. Don't you think?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's AIDS also.
It's kind of just the same thing, right? 1-drop Double Striker that kills something?
Not an indestructible card.
It kills.
I mean, yeah, but no one plays indestructible decks anyway, so...
If I swing into Gogeta SCR with SS3 Gogeta, thwarting the Dark Empire, that's a lot less fun.
Okay, can you guys answer this?
You're playing this before they play that out, you know?
It's just so much dumb shit in Vegeta already.
But like, what deck would this being at 4 break? That would be my question. Like,
Vegito
is it
Xeno.
really gonna break a deck though?
Does
We
he
play
know
this
I
every
think
turn
so.
in Vegito Xeno.
run another one? Yeah, we have to deal with.
You can do that now if you see it.
Yeah, but now you're
It's
not
more
seeing
consistent, you know?
it
Like,
twice.
you are going to play this every
Took
turn.
my mulligan away. That's fine. I got a mulligan all 6 cards.
It's gay.
Yeah,
but you can
Nothing
have,
to be
You're
discussed.
bursting cards and drawing cards. You're going to see one of them if you play 4.
I hate it, but
It's
you
not even good. Bandai, don't listen to these guys. Back to 4.
I don't know.
like it. I'm back.
This is a dangerous card to bring back, I think, to 4.
Well, let's find out.
Let's do Power of the Super Saiyan at least then. That one.
You can have that at 4. Is that good? I'll
Yeah,
trade
you
you.
have a power of Super Saiyan, so we all know how busted of a card this was at 4. You can only use 1 a turn, but I mean over the freaking game, this was so much value. It draws a card and rests anything. Battle card or unison. It's nuts, especially in Mecha Frieza. It was nuts too. So, what do we think? Should the power of Super Saiyan go back to 4, or should they just ban it?
I charged this shit the other day.
It could be a good boost to yellow now that the unfair cards are banned.
Yeah.
That's
We can cut
that's
this from yellow list.
I mean, I think
This
some
isn't
yellow
on every
decks
list.
probably just don't even play it out right now, anyways.
I don't know, but at 4, isn't it different though?
Yeah,
I mean, I
I
can see
thought-
cutting the 1 of,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
once you get 4, isn't that like a Upstart Goblin type of deal? Don't you just run that?
Sorta. Sometimes.
Wow. I think it just comes back to the way people play now. They just know how to, good people. They just know how to swing
You
now.
can,
So it's that's why I don't even like to play it now in my builds. It's just every time I try to do it, it's I get no value off of it except just drawing one. That's it. Which I mean, it's all right, but
it's okay.
not a decharge either. So I don't know.
Could come back.
It can discharge itself. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Charges it.
Yeah, might as well, dude. Why not? But yeah, I mean, I don't
Fine at 1.
I don't see this card coming back to 4 anytime soon, or being banned, ever. So I think it'll just stay at 1 for now, for sure. Janemba Bewitching Blow. This was another free play card. Bounces skillless back to hand. You can free play it. It does have a turn restriction on it to be at 3 or more energies. So it's dual attack crit for free. It's honestly not that crazy nowadays with people, the floodgates and stuff we have. I mean, I play blue skill. Let's go on. I actually cut this card out because I just never play it. There's never a turn to play this where your opponent's not just gonna floodgate you or something. So
I don't know if it was ever really justified, honestly.
Oh, back to 4. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
See if Janemba becomes meta or not. Why not?
What if it works with foils? It won't. But what if it does?
Yeah, make the Janemba decks better, I guess. Why not?
This card could have come back for the past year, maybe longer.
Yeah, this is one of the more confusing bans they did when they first showed it off. We were like, why?
It was just a victim. It was a victim of red free play at the time. Definitely not needed to be banned, but it was one of the other free offensive cards, so they were just like, yeah, let's take this guy out too.
Yeah. A sad side effect. So, all right, we'll move on to the other Red King Piccolo card. So it's Drum Reign of Terror. So this was the infamous free barrier blocker that also negates something by 10. King Piccolo would play with 4 of these outs and just have 4 barrier blockers. Back when barrier mattered more. So this was pretty oppressive when that was a thing.
Easy 4 of.
Yeah, easy.
So you think you come back at 4? Think so?
Easy.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Could probably come. Well, Bergamo's still on. That's weird. Bergamo's still on the limited to 1 list, even though he's banned now, so that's weird. We'll just skip him. So go Son Goku Hope of Universe 7. So I think this was only banned because of the turn 2 kill when the Surge Cell Leader.
Yeah.
Because it was hyper consistent.
Yeah, it could probably come back.
So
It'll probably be fine.
That I would like to throw out there that this might be the most pointless card on the list. This is the one that could come back with the least effect, I would think.
I think. Let me see. I think there's easy targets for this. Oh yeah. No, this can't come back yet.
Really? Why not?
Yeah. There's some like one cost, six what's it called? 6 energy U7 Goku you can possibly put this over.
No, you can't. It's I think the
TLU
6
7.
drop. The 6 drop would have to survive a whole next turn.
Oh yeah, you can't play non-yellow universe.
You can't
7,
play it
yeah.
on the 6 drop. You have to like wait a whole turn to play it. Because the turn you play, you can only do yellow.
Also, you don't get the
You only
auto
do
because your leader has to be green.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
It's
yeah,
also a 10k combo that makes you pay 1 and pitch 2. I'm pretty sure.
you could easily do that in that deck. But well, yeah, if you don't, if you can't play the same turn, that might be all right.
Yeah, shit, that card would have been played at 1 like plenty of times.
We got into this if you.
Yeah.
That would be 8s.
Yeah, this is an example.
Like that's why you couldn't play Victory Strike over it. They knew what they were doing because you can't do it on the same turn.
Yeah, they knew that. This is just an example of a card that's banned because of other or limited to 1 because of the other banned cards. So it could probably come back and be fine. Nobody would actually play this, I don't think.
Nah, it's fine.
We move on to Trunks Elite Descendants. This was the card that was abused in Vegex. You could play out the Vegeta Xeno 3 cost that was a barrier and 20k, and then it also milled 5 on play. So you would mill 5 with Vegex leader, pay 1 for this, play the Vegeta, mill 5 more, and then you'd set up all of your Universe 3 stupid stuff and all of your Overrealms. This is on my turn 1 or 2, so this is way too good. But nowadays, you guys think it would be alright?
I don't know if milling 5 seems kind of crazy though.
This was kind
aren't
of
that
during a
impactful.
break.
You don't think so anymore?
That 19k Vegeta is not great. I mean, it might be neat if you keep hitting the Trunks blocker. The combo offers the energy or something, but I don't know. The weenie spam type stuff doesn't fly anymore. Doesn't seem like.
It was mostly just to get that big fat mill though, right?
Yeah, that's mostly why you played it. It was intended to. I think it was intended to be played with the Vegex Patara guys. So I mean, could it be good with that maybe?
Those guys suck.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it could maybe come back. I probably don't think it would do much since the Vegex has been hit so many times. This probably wouldn't make that much of an effect, but they might be too scared to bring it back. Who knows?
Cold Bloodlust 4 of.
Oh yeah, we got 2 more cards. We got Cold Bloodlust. Still a card used today. It is nuts.
Definitely 4 of easily.
You can come back at 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only played in the one deck.
Okay, but
Come on, run it back.
Successor Freeze is gonna destroy with this.
Yeah, that would be funny. I mean, it would be.
Freeze the swap will be tier 1 with this. You think?
Yeah, with 4 probably.
Stop.
I don't know though, dude. I don't know. A lot of the best cards
Deflect. Yeah,
have deflect, and you're also like you pay 1 to stop a mediocre skill, or do you like floodgate their turn with Vegeta or Mecha Freeze? You know?
I don't know, dude. Stopping the SCRs. A lot of SCRs don't even have deflect.
Yeah, Beast go
That's true,
on.
there's a
Evil
couple.
Saiyan. Stopping those with cold blows is like.
I even stopped.
backbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, heck, when I was playing Max the other day, I even stopped his Ready to Rumble and just like swung at him for game. So, I mean, it's good on defense just as well as it is offense.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's
Like
good on
to see it
offense rather
back.
than defense.
'Cause
Yeah.
you guys know how good it is when you see the 1 of Cold Bloodlust. So, if you have 4 of them, do you really think that's okay?
I would lie.
I think it's okay personally.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably just play 2 and then side it in for certain decks. Honestly, if it was at 4, because 4 in that deck is like kind of pushing, and Frieza Swap's kind of pushing it.
Much
Because you need like a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the final card of the list, Growing Evil Lifeform Cell. So this is the infamous Cell Chain starter card. Sets up your whole chain to go into Perfect Force Cell and discard your opponent's entire hand to 3. If this was played nowadays at 4, do you think people would still be able to do the whole chain on turn 3?
Would they?
Do you think people would still?
You know why I think it wouldn't work? Because a lot of the games are best of one pre-side. So if this exists in any capacity, you're gonna have an answer to it, right? And you get 3 turns to draw it. So I don't think it's gonna be worth tapping out for this. It's hugely risky at 2 points of interaction. You know, it's I don't know.
Damn,
It's tough.
tough
Yeah.
one.
It is a 3-drop with 15k with no protection at all, so
Hard to pay 3.
it's susceptible
If
to a
you're-
lot of stuff.
I mean, I guess it could still happen now. You could accidentally get butt fucked by this on turn 3 if you're not thinking.
You really could.
Nobody tries to because it's at 1. So
That would be played 4 of these. You'd be
I mean,
okay.
this had to be one of the most unfun deck ever. I mean, well, at least top 5. Terrible to play against in the early years.
Yeah, well, I don't even understand how they thought. Like, what they thinking is like, oh, if they do it early, they're only pitching like X amount of cards. I don't know how they play tested this thing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably just another unfun strategy that people just don't want to bring back because they know people hate hand destruction like that. So
I don't think it would win though. Honestly, I don't think it could survive in this. But keep it banned, please.
yeah, that's probably true, but yeah, just because they wouldn't want people to cry about it, they're just gonna keep it banned. So yeah, that was the entire ban list and limited list we went over. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be, but
Yeah,
we
shit was
hope you
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was a lot.
hope you guys enjoyed. We reviewed literally every single one. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the history of the cards also. Our opinions of whether cards should stay banned or not. And let us know in the comments what you think should come off the ban list or be limited to 1, or if it should come back to 4 maybe. So let us know in the comments. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
See you.
Goodbye.